What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Arena of Valor video, and as you can see today we're finally bringing out the RAZ again, and I have to say this is one of my best RAZ games that I ever had. So if you were missing the RAZ gameplay, make sure to stick around. This is gonna be a really juicy one, and yeah, RAZ with the recent buffs is definitely I would even say the best mid lane champion right now. It is heavily contested in my ranked games, like it is pretty much first pick in a lot of games. It doesn't get banned yet, but I feel like we might start seeing those pretty soon. A lot of players are playing him a lot now, are getting really good at him, and yeah. This is, however, a hero that you really have to be very great at, otherwise it's just, you're not gonna make huge differences in the games. So if you like this hero, and if you haven't played him a lot lately, because he used to be pretty bad honestly before this patch, but yeah, now he's really great again, and I would definitely recommend you to pick him up again. You can see here this game we were getting ganked a lot, like pretty much Joker camped mid lane for the first level, the Grak was camping mid lane, Enzo came after his red buff, so a level 3 gank. Just really annoying so far, but I was just trying to focus on farming up, not dying, and here I try to kill this Liliana. However, Enzo catches me out again. He is not level 4 yet though, so it's not too big of a threat, so we just punch him in the face and run away. By the way, I was trying to get a gameplay with the Frost RAZ skin, with the ice skin, right? But it just feels so awkward. This skin is a little bit pay to win. It just feels so much better, so much smoother to play. So I decided to go back to this one, and yeah, pretty much we got a really amazing game after like 2 games. So yeah, you can see she's really low here. I tried to do a trick here, but I just messed it up. I tried to do the S1 into flicker trick, which is incredibly hard to do. You have to press very fast. So I guess it didn't register my S1 press, or I missed the button, and I just ended up flickering in, stood around for a second there, but I knew she doesn't have flickers, so it was still a free kill there, because she wasted it in the bot lane. And as I'm saying, the S1 into flicker trick, you can basically extend your S1 with the flicker, so you get more range on it, but it is incredibly hard to do. You have to press it super fast, the flicker after it, and yeah, I tried it in the practice mode, and it took me like 20 minutes of just spamming that combo with no cooldowns on until I was able to get it consistently. But of course it's a different thing in games, but yeah, I think I will be able to do it one time this game, but we'll see. We missed some fireballs there, but we still end up killing him. Not much he can do, he's just caught out. He doesn't have his flicker available, and it's just a free kill at this point. By the way, I really don't like laning as RAZ against Liliana, because she has so much wave clear. And yeah, here he just dashed away from our auto attack, but he still ends up dying. We don't get the kill, unfortunately, but we're doing pretty well. It's fine if Fennec gets the kill. Here I misclick onto that thing. But yeah, anyway, so as I'm saying, I think we will see the S1 flicker combo this game. I hope, at least, if I remember correctly. She is pretty much caught out. Will we be able to get her? She probably has her S2 soon, so we might not be able to, but we will get this Grak very easily. Also a very nice trick with RAZ. Pretty much after your auto attack, after your push auto attack, I mean, everyone knows the basic combo. You ult people, and then you auto attack as well, and then right at the end you can just auto aim your S2, and it will always hit if the enemy is the lowest enemy, like the one that you're pushing is the lowest enemy around. It will pretty much always hit him. It's very simple. Again, very easy kill. I'm just roaming a lot. As I said, this hero is just has so much early game damage now, because they buffed his fireball. I think they buffed his energy costs as well. So it is just, it got overall much stronger. You can still see People are complaining again about the Florentino nerf, but you can still see what this hero can do if you play him well. It is still definitely a very strong hero. Don't worry about that. I think they can still nerf him a million more times, and as long as he can jump around like that, he will still be strong. But yeah. Here I could see my Zill was clearing the mid lane, so of course I will just stay top for one more wave. You gotta clear those waves. If I just went to the mid lane, I would have arrived to an already cleared lane, and I would just leave top lane minions up. Joker would push the lane, they would push into our tower, we would lose a lot of map pressure, I would lose a lot of farm. So yeah, definitely always keep a look around those waves. Are we gonna be able to kill her? Nope, she is able to get away. I drop really low though, so we probably have to go back here. We try to stay, and see, I was trying to do the S2. If you were paying attention there, I did the S2 into flicker combo, right, where you pull the S2 over flicker. And she died right as I went into it, so my skill shot, the game, in Arena of Valor, whenever you hit someone with a skill shot that is about to die or is already dead, their hitbox still lingers around for like I don't know, 0.1 seconds. So my skill shot basically hit the dead Liliana, so that's why you didn't see, that's why it looked weird. Here I'm just trying to clear this wave because I have faith that they can kill him, but it's Florentino, so I probably should have helped, or more like I didn't think I would have the mobility to get there because I didn't have flicker. That was probably more the reason why I didn't go in there. You can see this Joker is really annoying. He just keeps sniping us with his rockets. But we are a very good counter against Joker because all our damage is magic damage, of course, and Zill completely counters Joker, of course, as well. I think Zill is really strong this patch as well because a lot of heroes that get countered by him are in the meta right now. You can see I'm just trying to poke and be as annoying as possible, just be in their face as much as possible, because you have a poke with like 2 seconds cooldown. You just need to abuse that as much as you can. And here I'm just trying to wait. I couldn't really help him there because I knew Liliana and Grak were coming. So if I just go in there as well, I would just end up dying. Liliana is still there though. And here we can just go in. And see, this is the auto attack. This is the auto aim, I mean. I push her, I auto attack her to push her even further, and then I just auto aim the S2 and it won't miss. It is very simple. And we end up getting the 1v2. Yeah, we still have our Death Sickle available. Now, I think Death Sickle is just stronger than the Arctic Orb enchantment, because Death Sickle, I used Arctic Orb many times on Nakrov jungle before, but the issue was that you have to wait. Let's see if we kill him. I think we end up killing him with the S1 combo. Yeah, I think that was the... See, I extended the S1 range with a flicker, but it has to be very fast and it has to be very precise. And if you do that, he literally has no counterplay because it is instant, you know? If you flicker into him and then S1, he sees the animation of the S1 before it actually knocks him up, and if he has decent mechanics, he can flicker away. But this way, he really cannot do anything, and you can instantly ult, and yeah, he can't do anything basically. And you can see 9-0-2 after 9 minutes. We are absolutely destroying them, playing pretty well. And yeah, and of course I put the build and stuff in at the start of the video. It is pretty straightforward. Here we hit him after his dash, but it didn't really end up doing much. Here we hit him again. That was a pretty good one. Of course, I love to, you've already seen it, I love to use the index finger on the minimap with the S2, so we can hit it better. You can just see, we can hit it much easier like this because we see what's going on in front of us. We don't just, because this skill shot has more range than you can see on your screen, right? So I used to just look at the minimap and see where the enemies are and just aim into that general direction. And if you do that for like 500 games, you get pretty good at that, and it ends up working really well. But you don't really see what the health bars of the enemies are. So doing it like this, where you use the left index finger on the minimap to scroll the map, it is just way better. You have way more information of the team fight and stuff. It is of course much harder, but it is definitely the goal of an Arena of Valor player to be able to do that. Here we end up missing. Unfortunate. I could have just killed this Enzo straight up if I didn't miss there. That's how much damage this hero does now. Here we end up going really deep. As you can see, I tried to do the S1 into flicker trick again to hit the Leviana, but it didn't end up hitting her, because I think it hit the damage, because she took damage, but it didn't hit the knockup. There's like two different timings where both of it. There's a lot of skills like that. For example, Ryoma S2. Sometimes you stun the enemy and you do damage, and sometimes you only do the damage, but you don't stun the enemy, and you don't slow them either. So you don't hit them with the stun. It's really weird. So yeah, basically you can see this. Florentino is giving us a lot of trouble, just juking around us. He wasted like 20 seconds of our time there. Just by not dying as fast as he should have. And yeah. And at this point, 12 minutes into the game, I'm 10-0. We should be in a much more commanding lead. But it is quite hard to close this out. Of course, this is solo queue. Here I end up getting hooked. That is pretty bad, but I just end up smashing my keys and we end up killing two people, and I don't even end up dying. I survived with the death sickle, I believe. I'm not sure, wasn't really paying attention if that was already used before. Here we just get a blue buff. But no real reason to get blue buff as a RAZ. It gives you cooldown reduction, which is pretty nice, but other than that, it was just because my team wasn't doing it, so I was just trying to lifesteal a little bit. Or not lifesteal, but killing a jungle camp gives you health, so I was going for that. And for the gold. And I think we will be able to end here, but of course we are not able to end yet. My team decided not to end, so we have to go back again and try to win a team fight again. And you already know how these games tend to end for me, guys, so we will see if we get a good ending or a bad ending here. I mean, either way it will be a fun ending, I guess. Here we just ult the minion wave. I really like the enchantment that reduces your ult cooldown on a lot of heroes. I really don't understand why a lot of players take, you know, you have two options in that category. Either you take the orb that reduces your ult by 10% cooldown, or you take the thing that makes you deal more damage and take more damage, right? You deal 3% more damage, and if you're melee, you take 1% more damage. And now, if you think about it, if you deal 10,000 damage in a single team fight, right? That means you're probably popping off really hard. Let's see this team fight first. See, I tried to do the S1 flicker again, and we end up throwing completely. We end up dying, and if you're 12-0 mage dies, right? What is your team gonna do if they weren't able to end? Well, let's see, guys. What are they gonna do? They're probably all gonna die, and that is literally what we're witnessing here. I was laughing really hard because I knew the game is over now. I just knew whenever I die this game, because I was 12-0 and we were struggling to end the game 14 minutes into the game. So I knew as soon as I mess up one team fight, we end up losing. And I pressed no here, but I know this is game over. We have... I'm gonna respawn, but I don't have flicker, so I can't really do much. So we'll see if I will be able to save it. But at this point, I was thinking, I'm very pessimistic. I can't really do anything here. They try to use their flickers and everything to kill me. They are not able to. I clear the wave. I kill one person. I don't kill the second one because he ends up... I missed the S2, unfortunately. and he ends up having his Blade of Eternity. But of course, guys, what is a shurkou video without a backdoor loss in the end? Had to happen, of course. But anyway, just to finish my point real quick, the 10% cooldown reduction enchantment is just... I feel like it's so much better on a lot of heroes than the 3% damage enchantment, because if you think about it, if you deal 10,000 damage as, let's say, a RAZ in a team fight, right? That means you hit like 4 people, you probably got a triple kill, you did so much, right? And that 10,000 damage with that 3% bonus damage is gonna deal 300 more damage, right? That is a 300 damage increase for that whole team fight where you got a triple kill and everything. I really don't think that's worth compared to having an ult at 10-second cooldown, right, late game, and then having it at 9 seconds cooldown for free, basically. It is just much more clutch, trust me, guys. If you end up having a team fight where you end up with like 100 HP and your ult just comes up and you're able to kill the last enemy and end the game, this situation happens much more frequently than you miraculously getting a triple kill only because you had that 3% increased damage. So I feel like this choice is much better on a lot of heroes. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little RAZ loss gameplay. If you did, leave a like, and other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, boys. Bye bye.